So the question is, how much more serious is this problem likely to become in the future, and who will suffer the most? Earlier this week, I sat down with Peter Lockery. He's the director of water at CARE. Here's what he had to say.
Water scarcity is a pretty serious issue. Affects about 1.2 billion people across the planet. And we have a technical definition. It's all about how much renewable water resources are available per person. Once it gets down below 1,000 cubic meters per person of renewable resources, we talk about water scarcity.
So who will this affect the most?
It affects, frankly, poor people the most. Obviously, if you live in an area of water scarcity, it's going to affect you. I mean, I live in Atlanta. We don't have water scarcity as such there, but we do have the impacts of, 3 years without adequate or normal rainfall means that I can only water my garden every other day. But if you think about poor people in the Horn of Africa who've been dealing with periods of extensive drought, then sometimes they have to get up and move simply because there's no available water. And even when there is sort of adequate rainfall, they may still have to trek for miles to go and collect drinking water from a hand pump.
Do you think that there could be a water war in the future, or is that going too far?
Well, there's already significant conflict, particularly in water-scarce areas. We see it particularly in the Horn of Africa over water points. We see it in places such as Darfur, where, as you know, there's been a significant conflict. Underlying all the conflict is sort of a fight over land and water resources. So, we see this conflict going on at a low level. Whether there's ever going to be a major water war, I doubt, because I think maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but there are mechanisms in place to deal with these issues. For example, the Nile Basin Commission, which all the riparian countries that is the countries along the banks of the Nile through which the Nile flows, belong to. And that provides a forum for discussion.
Why aren't we taking this issue more seriously?
We're not taking the issue seriously because it doesn't affect you and I. If somebody turned off the water to your house, within a few hours you would be significantly concerned about it. But that doesn't happen. Okay, we have breakdowns in the system, we have pipe bursts, but they're fixed. Even if you live in the southwest of the United States where water scarcity is an issue, the utilities are pretty fast to get the supply back to you. If they didn't, then it would be much more of an issue. If you live in a country where the supply is cut off or fails, then you very quickly become, you appreciate